Well, jeepers! You're listening to Smash or Pass.
Hello everyone. Oh wait, you do it, Milly.
Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to another video on the JayBee
Hello.
and Milly channel. We are as always joined by Rhianna.
Hello!
So in today's episode we are going to be reviewing A Night of Fright is No Delight. And does anyone know what makes this episode significant?
Nothing.
I do.
JayBee, sure there's nothing important about this episode?
Ask Rhianna. I think Rhianna knows.
I do. It was done as part of Scooby Natural, the supernatural crossover with Scooby Doo, and I love it, love it, love it, and I'm so happy because this is one of my all-time favorite episodes. And I just want to make something really clear off the bat, okay? Because I have gotten hate recently from someone that says I apparently only like this episode because I'm a fan of Supernatural.
You do.
They can shut up because I have always loved this episode, and the fact that Scooby Supernatural crossed over with this episode just makes it even more amazing for me. This episode, so I'm really excited.
I mean, there's definitely some pretty small, pretty big differences between A Night of Fright is No Delight and the Scooby Natural episode. So I guess for those of you that are more familiar with the episode as it is depicted on Scooby Natural or either way, then I guess Rhianna can give you a plot summary of A Night of Fright is No Delight.
How come you got night right but then changed it for fright and delight?
Well, like a knit of Fright is No Delight.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Well, yeah, because no one wants knits.
Isn't it like negator or something?
Okay, well let's not get personal.
How do you do that? Pronounce it with every letter.
What?
Read it properly. If you're gonna make it, it's like frigate is no delight.
That sounds rude. Wait, what? Let's not say frigate anymore. Let's
What?
put that...
I'm pronouncing it. Okay, we're restarting this episode.
We're not.
We are.
We're gonna keep all
You've made this weird.
We're gonna keep all the frigging in. So, Rhianna, let's have a plot summary. Go on, friggers off.
Oh my god! I can't right now.
JayBee. Okay, JayBee, you made this very weird. You were the one that started pronouncing words weirdly. Okay, let's start this again.
Yeah.
And this is Rhianna's plot summary of A Night of Fright is No Delight.
Turkish delight.
Oh my god! Turkish delight's disgusting. So,
I actually agree with that.
No, that's a bad take. That's a bad take.
no, it's not. Okay. I gotta calm down and cool off because it's hot in here. Okay. So
Oh my
What the
god.
heck's going on? Oh no, we already did that episode.
oh my oh god.
Oh, it's giggles, isn't it?
I'm actually crying right now. Okay, the plot summary. Oh god, I think we've lost it.
It's the heat.
The heat's getting to us, but you know it may be hot in here, but we're not gonna make up for
I already have.
Oh god. I'm so sorry. Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, plot summary time. So, Scooby, Shaggy, Fred, Daphne, and Velma are boating to a spooky mansion on an island at night, may I add. We're back on a boat at night. And you know, Scooby has been chosen as an heir to the late Colonel Beauregard Sanders, whom Scooby saved from drowning in a fish pond years before. And of course, it's a creepy night and there's thunder and lightning really setting the tone. So, due to Scooby's heroics, he's included in the will of the millionaire. And along with the other heirs, he will only share in this fortune if and only if he spends the entire night in the Colonel's haunted mansion. However, 2 creepy green phantoms appear and attempt to frighten all the heirs away. Now, if you watch the Scooby Natural version, there's a lot more murder involved, but this it's child friendly. There's no murder involved in this.
Yeah, but murder's child friendly. Right. So, differences. We're on a secluded island.
We are.
Similarities, Scooby Doo. Differences, the gang initially reads the newspaper on the boat on the way there, unlike at the malt shop, a la Scooby Natural. Similarities, what are the similarities?
It has all of the gang. The name is the same as well, like the Colonel. A difference is also that they drive there instead of boat there.
The saddest difference is that, well, this is a good difference, but the way that Scooby Natural made it sad is that Shaggy breaks his arm.
No, the saddest difference is that Daphne isn't as thick in as well. Because they added stuff. The animator added stuff. He's my hero. Or she, 2022.
JayBee, guess what?
Or they, 2022.
Wow, JayBee.
Or, is there another one? Or,
Guess what, JayBee?
wait, was it a woman?
I believe it was a man.
Was it Jim Craig?
I'm not sure.
This is when JayBee makes jokes about it being a man of substance.
We'll leave that. We'll put that in the side of caution. Maybe we can interview one of the character designers on that episode. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, JayBee, guess what?
What is it?
Dibs on Daphne.
No. Only...
Yes!
I got it in first!
JayBee, you're
Daphne
left
is
with
mad.
Velma.
No, I'd rather Shaggy or Fred than Velma, let me tell you. And
But
wait
no,
a minute.
Scooby.
Is Scooby Natural Velma Kate McCucci Velma?
Yes,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Jesus. No, yeah,
Okay, I
definitely
will
then.
say-
I'd rather Scooby.
Can you
I
not,
will
like,
say-
tell that though, like, you know when she calls that guy a great lug at the end, she says it in a
Oh,
she puts
sorry.
it in her
Lag.
nose.
Great lag.
It
Like-
sounds like she's got something stuck in her throat.
She looks like she's about
Yeah.
to go and bitch to Dave Seville that Ian's trying to kidnap them again.
I will say one thing. This, I feel, in Scooby Natural, I feel like Velma wasn't as annoying as in other, like, there's been moments where she is, like, so much more annoying, and we can't stand her voice. At least in Scooby Natural, we could stand her voice, but I prefer the Scooby Doo Where Are You Velma for this episode, rather than...
Yeah.
Me too, but that being said, I'd say that the writers of Scooby Natural definitely preferred Daphne. Because I think the reason Kate McCucci's bearable is because they divide the gang up and she gets sent out of the way.
Yeah, whereas if it was these modern day people, they would have a front and centre screaming about Scrappy, like, oh, it's not real.
What's a Scrappy?
It's such an
I will
annoying
say-
voice. If she was my kid, I'd put her up for adoption.
JayBee!
I'm not kidding.
That's me. I will say, with Supernatural, Dean has always had a thing for Daphne from like the beginning. So
He's a man of substance.
Oh my god! I mean, he does say at the end that he should have known that Velma would have been the one to go first. So
Yeah, she would have been good to go. She would have been good to go without a doubt. Unless it's Cardinelli, Velma, because
You were about to say Daphne.
she.
What was that, JayBee? What was it?
Well,
Velma.
maybe you and Rhianna could have a chance of Cardinelli that Velma. That's you making me do it.
You did it.
So you've given me giggles. It's the heat. It's the heat. The
yeah,
English
it's the heat
houses
of the moment.
are not suited for this temperature. So let's talk about cousin Sepple, right? Or Steeple, or Steeple. So the cousin disappears.
The cousins' names are Cousin Slicker, Cousin Simple, Nephew Norval, and Sweet Cousin Melderhide. Which I always heard Nephew Norval as Nephew Norville, and kept thinking, wait, when was Shaggy included?
So we have a lot of different things, and I've got issues for a start. I don't understand why at this point they want to do this in the first place.
If you got told you were going to inherit $250,000 or however much it is, are you not going to go and stay in a spooky house overnight?
No.
You ask if we can go and stay at spooky hotels and stuff just for fun.
Yeah, but not if I've got money.
You don't have money until you've done it.
Yeah, but they've got a car. They go for episodes every day. Like they've never shown a need for money at this point, right? Or have they?
I guess not.
So I think maybe in like the precursor it should have been, oh, the mystery machine needs a repair, that's why they're on a boat or something. I don't know. Just some reason why they've gone from let's just find mysteries and solve them for the sake of it to let's have a scary sleepover and get a reward. I think that's my only thing. Just a bit of more story, like why this is happening, as opposed to, oh, here we are again. But I like this Cosgood guy. Is he Cosgood Creeps?
Yeah, Cosgood Creeps.
He's a very creepy dude, and I like him a lot. He's maybe one of my favorites because he sets the mood. All the other cousins though, they're just kind of there to further the story for me. I don't know if everyone's got like a favorite character that isn't in the gang, because there's a decent amount this time.
Honestly, I've not put anything in my notes that's not about Scooby Natural.
Oh god.
I have a lot of different notes that hasn't got anything to do with Scooby Natural, surprisingly, but also a lot with Scooby Natural. The one little fact is, so you know how there's the chiming of the grandfather clock striking the hour, like say, okay, go off to bed and everything. They actually took a sound bite of Big Ben to use in that. And similarly, they also used the organ sound. Organ music was originally from the Johnny Quest 1964 series.
Oh, I like that. And they would have been able to do that quite easily as well. I like the atmosphere. That's what I'll say for
It's
this
creepy.
episode.
It's spooky.
I think I might end up upsetting a lot of people because
Oh, JayBee, don't do it.
I didn't love the episode.
Boo!
Boo!
No, I didn't love it.
Okay.
Why not?
I think, like I said, I would have preferred a Y to the point that it was such a different motivation for the gang. But also, I think the character, like the Phantom Shadow, are designed amazingly. Probably one of the best designs in the whole entire franchise from 1969 all the way till now. I just think it's very not repetitive. That's not even the word. It's just they're trying to get from one thing to another, and it just seems like it's going through the motions. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh, JayBee. I mean, I have some like fun little things about the title that I think would make you laugh.
Yes, please.
So there's, Scooby Doo throughout all the episodes of the series. In other languages, they're called different things. So I found the translations of each of them. So in Greek, it's a night of terror is not nice. Hungarian is inheritance is no delight. Polish is a million inheritance after a scary grandfather. Latin America is a night of fright causes brokenness. And in Spanish, this is the one I think you'll laugh at, is a night of terror is not a babe.
A babe?
Yeah, B-A-B-E.
Daphne's a babe.
Oh gosh.
What was it in India? A night of fright is no delight.
JayBee!
A night of bumping things in the night makes big sad. That's what I would
Big
say.
sad.
At least that's what Grandpa B would say. You know what I
So,
mean?
I guess moving on. So they all go off to bed and spooky stuff is kind of happening. And this is the first episode that shows them, like, basically all of the members of the gang in different outfits because they're in pajamas. But the only one previously who had like fully changed costume is Daphne, who was in the episode Bedlam in the Big Top, where she wore like her tutu and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I like the tutu. They should do that as the Funko Soda chase.
No, they should do a Where Are You and the What's News the Chase.
Oh yeah, that would be much
Yeah.
better than the abomination that she wears in Zombie Island and Cyber Chase and all that.
Oh, I used to love Daphne's What's New outfit growing up. It was
Yeah,
like,
Is it your favourite?
yeah,
More than 2002?
yeah.
Oh. So where are we now? So Cousin Slicker disappears. There's two Phantom Shadows. We have Scooby getting knocked out, and then maybe my favourite scene of the whole episode. We've got Shaggy and Scooby firing like Jesus Christ! What did I really say? Wine corks. I nearly said something ridiculous. I think I did.
You said wan and then stopped.
I said wan, and then I went to say corks. So it was like wang corks, wine corks.
It sounded rude on my end.
They fire wine
Corks.
at the Phantoms, and that's my favourite scene in the episode. What says you, Millie?
It's funny.
What about Rhianna?
I like it. It's a great scene.
There's another fun scene where Velma answers the call and gives it to the Phantom. And then, this is, I think, what a lot of people say on Twitter and Facebook always like to share. It's with the Phantoms on, like, the fourth, like, seated bicycle. That's another iconic moment. I think this episode perhaps did for Scooby Doo what the Dalek episode did for Doctor Who back in the day, the first one. I think it established it as a mainstay in the media.
Can I ask, were you ever confused that there was two?
Why?
Like, initially thinking it was a reflection or something?
No, I just assumed...
Because I thought it was odd that there was two that was identical initially. I don't know if I'm simple.
Did you think that there were projections or that there were two people involved?
Yeah, I don't know, I just found it strange.
No, the second I saw those
Because usually
two...
if there's two, it's two different things. Like, there was one where there was a witch and something else.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't that there was two of the same thing.
Oh yeah.
No, that's true. I don't know. I either assumed two people were in on it, or it was just a reflection, or a mirror trick, or...
Do you know what
We've had that
I think
before.
done better?
Which one?
It could have been like that there was a pocket knife that was like haunted, and then
A
it
pocket
turned out to
knife?
be the ghost of a child. And
Yes, in Scooby Natural.
No, because they wouldn't have allowed pocket knives in animation back then.
Are they allowed shotguns?
Isn't there a thing where there was
shotguns.
an episode that required someone to get a pocket knife out of the hand and cut a rope, but the studio didn't like it, so they ended up using a rock to cut some rope, like they had to reanimate it? I think that's a thing.
Yeah.
I was about to say something that wasn't appropriate.
Well, they should have... Well,
I can't. I don't want to say.
well, say it, or are you just gonna leave
No.
people wondering?
Like I can say what I was gonna say, but not when we're recording.
Oh, well, that's good, isn't it? That's lovely. So...
You know how you mentioned mirrors?
Mirrors.
Yes.
The message on the mirror, because I know a lot of people, they'd have to pause it or like it's not that clear. The message on the mirror reads, "The first is gone, the rest will go, unless you leave the island and row, row, row." So, Phantom Shadow. Which I love that rhyme. I don't know why.
It's scary.
Spooky.
There definitely is a lot that makes the Phantom Shadows a lot scarier than the other monsters, especially that communication, because that's classic horror stuff, right? Like the notes at the start, the leave now, or it brings me back now, but obviously it would have been, before that this even happened, but like the Zombie Island days where it was like leave this place, or leave now. Very classic horror. And I like the Phantom Shadows. Again, they're like one of my favourite villains of all time. But revealed that is it Crawls and Creeps who were the Phantom. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
a projection as such. It was two
It
culprits
was
dressed in a rag.
Cosgood, Freeps, and the Crawls. Who, another fun fact, in Scooby Doo Frank and Creepy, they use a lot of scenes from this episode, and Mr. Crawls is in a conspiracy group with like former convicts and stuff. And his first name is revealed to be Cuthbert, which, if you're in the UK, Cuthbert is also a caterpillar cake in Aldi.
Is it?
Yeah, because there was a whole M&S Aldi lawsuit because M&S sued Aldi for having Cuthbert.
I knew
So-
someone called Cuthbert.
That's because you went to private school.
What do you mean? It's an Aldi. Well, Aldi's not posh, is it?
No, but that's not what you were meaning. You were meaning like guy that you played fencing with.
I did never. I
I
never.
used to fence.
Yeah. Everyone used to fence Millie, so
Yeah,
you get
I mean,
good.
not every.
Get with the program.
Rihanna's from the south of England. That's the posh part.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Whereas like you did it because you went to private school. Rihanna did it because she's just
That's-
a credit to her area.
Gave an
I-
accusation.
It was actually such. Okay, I just want to defend myself because I did not go to the best schools, and it's not like so my mum or anything. It's just my area sucks. I mean, I'm in Hampshire / the New Forest, which is kind of posh. But when I was in like year 4 or 5, they decided sports was a good thing to start pushing, and they started doing an early morning fencing club that you had to pay like £2 each week to do, and it ended up like, I think because my physio at the time said that because I couldn't do like normal key like running and stuff, which is a whole different story. She contacted the school and was like, Rhianna needs to do this, and then I ended up waking up at like 6 a.m. for school every day. Well, every Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah, 6 a.m.
That's too
because I had to
early.
start getting ready to go because it started at like 7:30ish, and I mean it was my junior school was quite close, but because of my medical issues, I ended up just oversleeping most of the time and getting there just in time. And then I like, give me a sword, and even if I'm wearing a dress, I can take you down. So I had to do it in my school summer dress this one time. So that's a whole different story.
Aw. Well, I like that. I think we should do like team fencing one day. That's what I think. But I think I'd lose. But anyway, I
won
guess we
this
should go to. I mean, the kind of twist is that they're actually Confederate notes, but I personally have no idea why that's a good thing, why that's a bad thing. I have no clue. I can only assume they're out of print, or is it the equivalent of us trying to use the paper £5, the paper £10, or the fake? Is it the equivalent to us trying to use like penny farthings or whatever they called, or what they call them? Tuppence.
Basically, fake printed notes. That's what they were. They weren't real.
Aw. Wait, so why was that an offer for inheritance? That's rubbish. I think this geezer should have been arrested.
He's dead.
He should be arrested.
He drowned in a fish
isn't there a
pond.
thing where it's like a crime to die in the House of Commons?
Yeah.
So
If
like,
you die in the House of Commons, they the government legally have to pay for your funeral and everything, and have to give your family money or something.
it is a crime. So even though you're dead, you've still committed a crime.
So can I just go in there and top myself?
No.
Well, I guess we should do verdicts. Millie, we'll start with you.
Me?
First. Yeah, we'll start with you first.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Because then you need to pass over to me, because we should save Rhianna to last, because it's the big moment.
Okay.
I just realised one thing. Sorry, that in there they have about how. Oh, I know he saved him from a fish pond because he died of cancer. That's what it. That was the mention of Scooby Doo. Sorry, continue.
Okay. So. I'd say this was a pass.
What?
Um,
Boo!
See, this is the thing, is if I could go back and retrospectively watched this episode before and not have seen Scooby Natural, my rating may be different, but I can't watch this and not wish I was watching Scooby Natural because it was a lot better. So it's a pass.
Oh my gosh, how are we still friends?
JayBee, smash or pass?
You know, I'm gonna pass this one.
What?
I'm gonna pass this one because the thing is, I love the villain. I love it so much, right? But a great villain doesn't make an enjoyable episode, you know? Like, there's a lot of instances where I've gone, oh, the villain's fantastic, but the movie isn't so good. I can't think of an example, but I'm sure it will come to me.
Wasn't there an episode about 2 episodes ago where we said the villain was great and the episode was bad?
Well, we'll look into it.
Yeah.
But Phantom Shadow, iconic. If they do a t-shirt with the Phantom Shadow on, I'd like to get it. I'm sat here, right next to me is the glow-in-the-dark Phantom Shadow Funko Pop. I love the Phantom Shadow. Every day of the week, I'll be a Phantom Shadow. But I'll have to pass this episode, because it's just, I don't know, it's not my thing. I didn't like the motivation. It was a bit rinse and repeat, and for all they were buying into, like, the classic horror tropes, it was just a bit too, kind of almost like high stakes, but it was a bit of a weak ending. Oh, Confederate dollars. Okay, I don't know what that means. I guess it's bad.
So JayBee, I have to ask you, do you prefer this or Scooby Natural?
Scooby Natural.
2 votes for Scooby Natural. Okay, that just leaves Rhianna. Would you say smash or pass for A Night of Fright is No Delight?
First of all, I can't believe you two. Like, I didn't expect 2 passes. Now I'm gonna seem weird. I'm smashing it. I've always loved this episode, you know, and I said it at the beginning. I've gotten hate from someone. I'm not going to mention his name, but it was like, oh, you're in like this to Scooby Natural. You can ask literally anyone in my family. I love this episode to begin with, you know. And I will say, you know, I do. Comparing it to Scooby Natural, I prefer Scooby Natural because it's like 2 of my loves. But I will happily watch this episode over and over again because it's just an enjoyable episode. I loved the Phantom Shadow. After like the spooky space kook episode, which freaked me out, I know I can watch this and feel safe. And there were like some like twists and turns and stuff in this episode. I mean, not as much as other episodes, but it was really good. And you know, that there was also a slight moment which I've only just learned about, where, you know, when Shaggy says don't fire until you see the green of his eyes, it's based on a phrase that was used in the American Revolutionary War, which is like where the names of the characters came from, which they said don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes. So, you know, most of the characters weren't born with whites in their eyes and green ghost stuff. But yeah, no, for me it's a smash because I like it, and at the moment you two are a bit of a disgrace to me.
Oh,
I love
Technically,
you.
we're just saying how amazing Supernatural is. So,
But
if
it-
anything,
That's very true.
it's
I love you
good.
guys.
I like it a lot. But I guess that
I
wraps us
forgive
up for
you.
another episode. I think this was our penultimate one, right? Until the season's
Yeah.
over. So
Ooh.
I think it's That Snow Ghost, which is the next one, which is our season
Ooh.
finale. Okay.
sorry.
It's gonna be a bit weird to finish up. I can't say I've enjoyed every second of it, but it's been
Boo!
Woo!
Boo!
Woo!
Boo!
Woo!
Boo!
it's been okay. It's been okay.
Woo!
So yeah, you can find all of Rhianna's social links in the description.
Wait, no,
below.
not boo.
And you
I
can
booed myself.
I said woo, not boo.
Boo. And you can find our link tree in the description as well. Detailing boo. Detailing our old interviews, or YouTube, or Instagram, or Twitter, boo. Our Facebook, anything that you'd care to boo. Anywhere that you'd care to find us, we are on there. So if you do want boo. If you do want to see that, boo, then please like, comment boo. Comment boo. And subscribe boo. JayBee Milly. Boo.